What is up, Auburn fans? Welcome into Auburn Primetime Live. As we all know, the Auburn Tigers fall to the Texas A&M Aggies in College Station yesterday at Kyle Field. The Auburn Tigers fall to 3-2 with a 16-10 loss to Texas A&M. And folks, this is going to be a tough one to make because I think this is absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable for us to have to continue to watch this defense go out each and every Saturday and play their tail off, winning football each and every Saturday in SEC play. And for us to get a product on offense that is so incredibly bad from a head coach who consistently calls himself an offensive guru, a QB guru, a guy that's going to bring in 5-star receivers and we're going to air it out and we're going to put up points. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. It's the furthest thing from the truth. It's absolutely embarrassing what has happened in these 3 years at Auburn under Hugh Freeze. And I will be the first to say I was wrong about Hugh. I thought when he come to Auburn that he would turn the talent, and he would get this back on track. And it hasn't happened. We're still losing SEC football games. Now, is it as bad as what it was? No, the scores are closer. The scores are closer. But the inability to move the football. Y'all, I'll be honest. Peyton Thorne was better than this. I said that yesterday. At least he would let it fly. At least Peyton, it might not have been to our team, but at least he would throw the damn football. This is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. I don't know how else to put it to you, but I don't see us winning many more football games. We talked about the back end of this schedule and how it was so favorable. Now you got players coming out and tweeting things like the emoji, and I just don't know how you keep the locker room and survive this. I don't. I really, really don't. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. The last 2 weeks, you have had opportunities in the fourth quarter to make plays to win games. And I told y'all this all offseason. I'm a big believer in Jimmys and Joes and not, in X's and O's, right? I'm a big believer in that. But this isn't on just players or coach. This is on everybody. This is on everybody. Thornton, O-line coach, gotta go. Gotta go. Be gone. Awful. Terrible. Missed eval on left tackle Xavier Chaplin. That's absolutely pathetic. The fact that he was getting first round draft grades, mock drafts, no. Nope. I'm out. We still can't, we still struggle with the same things we struggled with in year one. Stunts and twists, we still can't do it. We're not getting better. We're not. Mason Murphy, you missed. It's not good. It's not good. And my biggest thing is you say the same crap every single week in your post-game presser. Head coach Hugh Freeze, the same crap. Well, we're almost there. It was close. We're just, oh man, we're not far off. No, you are far off. You are. You're so far off. Little quick stat. The Auburn Tigers are 0-2 in SEC play for the first time ever 3 years in a row. You were 0-2 3 years in a row to start SEC play. That is the first time it has ever happened in school history. You were the furthest thing away from being so close. Everybody wants to throw it on, well, it's Jackson Arnold's fault. It's everybody's fault. It's everybody's fault. We watched Cam Coleman run a 3-yard hitch yesterday and drop a ball that hit him right in the chest. It's everybody's fault. Stop putting it on 2 people or 3 people. It's everybody's fault. From top to bottom. The only people that you can't put it on is that damn defense and DJ Durkin. Because they've brought it. They've brought it. And I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them each and every week that they have to make a play in order for you to be in a football game. Piss poor, man. It's piss poor. And then you want to get up there and you want to say, oh, man, when you look back at it, we probably should have ran the ball a little bit more. We probably should have ran it. Well, why didn't you run it during the game? I don't. Jeremiah Cobb, 6 carries for 28 yards. Y'all, that's almost averaging 5 yards a carry. That was the preview. That was the preview going into the game, was Auburn was going to have to run the football. But the thing is Auburn has a head coach who doesn't want to run the football. That's what we have to understand. That's what we have to come to terms with, is Auburn has a head coach who doesn't want to run the football. And that's as simple as it gets. I've been saying it for 3 years. It's not in his DNA. And you want to know what is Auburn's DNA? It's running the football. It's their bread and butter. It's what they've always hung their hat on, is defense and running the football. That explains Auburn football. And you have a head coach right now that refuses to do it. He sat up after the Baylor game and said, man, it killed me not to throw the ball. That right there should have told you, folks. That right there should have told you. You have former players coming out and clowning on him. Saying, hey, man, you're not watching the tape. You're not watching the tape. Because if I can see it, you should be seeing it. I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. What happened to the Eric Singleton jet sweeps? We just run those once a game now? We don't try to get him involved anymore? We don't, because the one time that we ran it yesterday, it worked a little bit. The Malcolm Simmons, getting Malcolm Simmons the football, we don't try to do that anymore. Malcolm showed so much promise last season. Big playability. Nothing this year. Great stuff here. Cobb is averaging 6.9 yards per carry on 58 carries. 7 yards per carry on over 50 attempts, y'all. Guess what? I'm going to hit you with the honest truth. I'm going to be straight up with you. I do not blame a single Auburn player for hitting the transfer portal when that window opens. I don't blame them one bit. Not going to be mad at him. Not going to be mad at Cam Coleman if he wants to transfer to Ohio State or Oregon or Ole Miss or anybody along those lines. I'm not going to be mad at him. Why would I be? We suck. Why would you hang around here? Why would I be mad at Jeremiah Cobb for wanting to transfer to a Texas A&M who has Le'Veon Moss, where they said, hey, you know what? We know Auburn's only given up 1.9 yards per carry, but we're going to continue to feed this man so our offense can move the football. Because guess what? They weren't having a whole lot of success through the air. Auburn was making Marcel move around a little bit, and he wasn't comfortable. He wasn't comfortable, so A&M, the only way they could really move the football was with Le'Veon Moss. And they kept giving it to him because he's their workhorse, man. He's one of the best running backs in the country, and you don't go away from it. That's the reason Mike Elko wins close games and Hugh Freeze loses close games. If Cam had signed with A&M, he'd be nasty with Marcel Reed right now. For sure. For sure. That's fair to say. Cam Coleman made the wrong decision. He should have never come to Auburn. Perry Thompson made the wrong decision. Should have never come to Auburn. Simple. I hate to be like that, but it's simple. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I have defended Hugh Freeze from the beginning. I took up for him after he lost to New Mexico State, even though I shouldn't have. I took up for him even after he lost to Vandy. I shouldn't have. I took up for him after he blew the Alabama game. I shouldn't have. I'm tired of defending Hugh. I'm tired of it. Sick of it. Now, the one position we all want to talk about, Jackson Arnold. 18 of 33, 125 yards, 3.8 average, 0 TDs, 0 picks, with a QBR of 35.1. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. And I'll tell you what. I think Jackson Arnold is terrified. I think he is just flat out terrified. I think he's scared to death to make a mistake. I think part of that is he heard everything from last year about Peyton Thorne making the big mistake, turning the ball over in crucial moments, and then he heard everything about Oklahoma. Well, Jackson Arnold turned the ball over. Jackson Arnold couldn't do this. Jackson Arnold couldn't do that. So he comes to Auburn, and he is absolutely terrified about making a mistake. Guess what? I think he just needs to throw a pick, man. Just drop back and throw a pick. You're going to do it. The greatest of greats have thrown picks. Aaron Rodgers throws picks. Tom Brady threw picks. It happens. Let it fly, brother. Let it go. Get the ball out. And if it's not there, throw it away. But for you to just stand there and continue to take sack after sack after sack. Now, not all of them yesterday were on him, obviously, and then not all of them against Oklahoma were on him. But it's a continuous thing of holding on to the football. He has no internal clock. And there is screenshots from the All-22 of wide receivers wide open with Jackson Arnold in the pocket. Wide open. And him still not refusing to throw the football. He is terrified to throw a pick and make a mistake. When in reality, he is making mistakes every single play because he won't throw the football. He won't. I want someone to ask Freeze why we threw almost every single pass to the sideline. Why can't we get some guys in space across the middle, use that ref as a pick? Bang. No mesh routes. No nothing. No, nothing. There's just nothing. There's no creativity on offense. Go watch some of the concepts, the route concepts from the film. Rewatch the game and watch some of our route concepts. There's no creativity. It's either we go deep every single play, or we try to throw a screen. Those are the ones that kill me. 3rd and 7, and we're throwing a screen to the short side of the field. I don't get those play calls. We ran a tight end screen with Brandon Frazier yesterday. WTF? What the are we doing? Because that's exactly what I said. What are we doing? There's no creativity on offense. There's none. It's embarrassing. And I'm sorry. But this is on quarterback. It's on offensive coordinator, whether it's Derek Nix or Hugh Freeze. But, man, you have done nothing to improve. Zero. And you have to take all the responsibility after this that you can't prepare a quarterback. You can't prepare an offense. And, frankly, I think you're washed. I think you're washed. I do. I think you're washed. I think it's over. I think it's done. And honestly, I'll tell you this. If Auburn loses to Georgia, I think they need to fire Hugh Freeze. You fire Hugh Freeze and you promote DJ Durkin to interim head coach. And at the end of the season, you can have a coaching search. But I think the best way to retain the talent on the roster is to promote DJ Durkin as your head coach. That's it. Now, you're not going to retain all the talent. There's going to be people that get pissed and they transfer. But Auburn just can't afford to go through another coaching search. Auburn can't afford to get embarrassed by the national media again. I think you got to make this thing quick. You got to get rid of Hugh and put Durkin in there. And I'll be honest, I think DJ Durkin saw the writing on the wall. That's the reason he didn't leave and go to Ohio State. Shocker. Shocker. Why wouldn't he go to Ohio State in the offseason? When they come a knocking and they said, hey, we want you to become our DC. He said, nah, I think I'm going to stay at Auburn. You want to know why? Because he saw the writing on the wall. He said, hey, this guy right here is about to get fired. I'm the coach in wait. I truly believe that. You might call me crazy. I'm sorry. I truly believe it. I think he saw the writing on the wall. When the fans can call what play is coming from the couch, we have major problems. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And I get bashed a lot for saying this. I get called too mean on Auburn, or I get sideways on Auburn. You know, I've read it. I've had it sent to me. That's fine. Whatever. I don't mind being the bad guy. I don't mind being mean on Auburn. But the standard in the state is completely different. And y'all want to get pissed at me when I say it. But look what happened last night. The standard's different. There's two completely different standards in this state, man. And it's easy to see. It's so easy to see. Alabama goes on the road to Georgia and they handle business. And I don't care if it was sloppy in the second half. They found a way to win. I don't care if Kirby Smart made a bonehead decision. Guess what? They made a play on fourth and 1 and got a stop and won a football game. I don't care how they got it done. They got it done. And Auburn can't do it. They can't. Go look at how easy Ryan Grubb makes life on Ty Simpson. How easy that offense looks. And we have a head coach who is supposed to be an offensive guru, can't make life easy for us. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. We threw a bunch of money away on Mason Murphy and Xavier Chaplin. They're both not going to cut it. Just not going to happen. You're not going to get any better. We're 5 weeks in, and it's just not going to happen. That's not how the sport works. Just let's be honest. Call a spade a spade. Jackson Arnold, you're not going to get any better. Just not. You might have a few performances that look a little better on paper because I think you're going to be playing some lesser opponents down the stretch. But I just don't think. I just don't think it's going to get any better, man. I don't. Wide receivers transfer. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be mad. Jeremiah Cobb transfer. I'm not going to be mad. Can't be. Can't be mad. How can you be mad at these kids for being upset at this offensive performance? Man, if I'm the defense, I'm pissed. If I'm Xavier Atkins, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. If I'm Keldrick Falk, I'm pissed. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Y'all fought hard. Third down killed y'all. We were 0 for 13 on third downs, if I'm not mistaken. 0 for 13 on third downs. We had 9 first downs all game. 177 total yards. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I don't get it. We had 10 penalties once again. Has there been a game where we've had less than double-digit penalties? Has there been a game where we've had less than double-digit penalties? That's another thing. You're an undisciplined football team. You put yourself behind the chains. Eric Singleton Jr. said it best. Once again, we play a game behind the chains. We don't put ourselves in winning situations because you constantly have holding penalties. You constantly have false start penalties. You constantly have a illegal shift. Saw it yesterday. You had 2 guys in motion. Neither one of them comes set. Jackson snaps the ball. He rolls out. He throws a dot. Picks up the first down. And I said, I believe it was Frazier and Perry moving at the same time. And neither one of them got set. You just are who you are, and it's not going to get any better. HUGH, it hasn't gotten better since year 1. You're seeing the same things over and over and over again. It's the same football team from year 1. Same team. Don't get it twisted. But in all honesty, at least Peyton Thorne would stand back there and rip it. Yeah, like I'd rather go down throwing throwing a pick than go down and just stand there and get sacked. I mean, Jesus, it was rough. That's rough to watch, man. It's just a bad product. It's unexplainable because what do you say to the defense? That's my thing is what do you say to Auburn's defense? What do you say to Auburn's defense? Rewind 3 years, we'd have won more games right now and save a ton of money if we had retained Cadillac, and can't believe I'm saying that. Can't argue it. I can't argue it, Aaron. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't. Yesterday, I think the most frustrating thing is you see Cobb. He gets a handoff and he gets like 4 yards, and you're like, "Hey, man, you're down 6. Just keep running the football. Like you've got 4 minutes left. Just keep running the football. Like you can run this thing down their throat. Like they're not going to stop the run." And you refuse to. You refuse to do it. It's over, man. Let's just be honest. It's over. I told y'all coming into this game, everything was still in front of Auburn. Everything was still laid out there. You just had to win this game. And once again, back to back weeks, you have an opportunity to win a game and you can't do it. Guess what? I feel like a broken record. Hugh says he feels like a broken record. Well, I feel like a broken record because last year I said the same thing. Hey, you've come to a 1-score game in the fourth quarter. Can you make a play to win it? No, Auburn can't. All right. 2023, you come down to one of the final drives to win the game. Alabama, Georgia. Can you make a play? No, you can't. You can't do it. It's not in your DNA. Just like it's not in your head coaches. Like I said, if you get blown out by Georgia, you lose by a couple scores, I think it's the end of the road for Hugh Freeze, and I think Auburn needs to move on and promote DJ Durkin. And then they can go through with a search at the end of the season. And if they don't like what they see, I think Auburn needs to make it quick so they don't get clowned on by the national media. And you promote DJ Durkin. And that's the only way I see this thing happening. And like I said last night with a couple of people, a defensive minded head coach sounds good to me. And you hire you a legitimate offensive coordinator. You go out and get a guy, a proven guy, not a yes man, not a guy that you have to go get from an SEC rival and put in a position and call him an offensive coordinator when he's really not. We don't need one of those cats. We need a true offensive coordinator. It's the end of the line, folks. I don't see it getting any better. Flat out pitiful. It's hard to do these, man. It's hard to do these. It's hard to get on here and talk about a team that sucks. Man, I would love it. I would love it, Y2K. That's a guy that I would love at Auburn. Because that's about the only thing I agreed with Locked On Baylor with the guy who runs Locked On Baylor. Is he said Spavital was a top 10 OC, and I 100% believe it. Go get someone like when Kiffin was at Alabama. I'll tell you this. Mike. Could possibly be one of the most painful things in Auburn history is Lane Kiffin not coming to Auburn. Because I truly feel like if Lane would have made that move, Auburn would be absolutely cooking folks right now. And it sucks that it didn't work out. It sucks that it didn't work out. Yeah, Y2K, I agree. I think Baylor does need a coach. I think Aranda, I think he had his window and it's no longer there. I think it's closing. Um, but at least you guys are still fighting for something. Yeah, you've lost 2 games, but you're still fighting for a Big 12 title. You're not solely out of it. You're not solely out of the Big 12 championship. You're still fighting. You still have life, but Auburn has put themselves behind the 8 ball. And now the only way, I mean, you have to beat Georgia. You have to. There's no other way around it. I think Florida goes after Kiffin and he will take it. I would. Why not? I think he would do wonders at Florida. I think he would kill it. Get him down there, and with all that talent and that hotbed, he would kill it. I think he would have killed it at Auburn. I do. I think he would have killed it at Auburn. So we suck. We lose another 1-score game. 0-2 in the SEC in a 3-year stretch under HUGH. First time in school history. That's like I said, man. It's a fireable offense. 14-16 overall record since he's been at Auburn. That's fireable. 5-13 in SEC play. That's fireable. 1-10 versus ranked opponents. That's fireable. And you can sit here and mope and pout and say that we're so close. We're not. We're not. We're truly not. When does basketball season start so they can break my heart too? Hey, at least there's some winning involved in that, Mike. At least we get to take trips to go watch them compete for national championships. At least we get to have some excitement. Auburn football has zero excitement. So that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. Once again, we've made zero progress since the firing of Gus Malzahn. Zero. Not an inch. Not an inch. Zero progress. So Auburn loses 16-10. Got a bye week. Got Georgia the following week. Got to get better. Don't know how we can. Hopefully Hugh can prove me wrong. But I think that candle is slowly coming to an end. I think it is burning out. And I think Auburn will be looking for a new head football coach here shortly. So thank y'all for joining me on this Sunday morning. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like the video, share it out on social media. Get this one out there, man. Put it out on Twitter for me. Put it out on Facebook, whatever you got to do, whatever platform you use. And comment under here to let me know how you feel about Hugh Freeze right now. Man, get in those comments. It helps the show out a ton. And if you're interested in becoming a member, go click on the link, man. Look at it. Well, we got some tiers and stuff. I'll be doing, especially since it's bye week, I'll be hammering out some member content only, and we'll get that going. So, okay, hold on. Before I get out of here, I just saw this one and I got to touch on it. Who would be on your way too early, realistic favorite to land our job? Should what we think happens. Okay. I think, like I said, you have to keep it quick, Aaron. All right, because the national media is going to fry Auburn. So I think there has to be a very, very short list. And I think that list is DJ Durkin, promotion from within, or Rhett Lashley. Familiarity with Auburn, used to be the offense coordinator at Auburn. And that, in my opinion, the Tulane coach, what's his name? Summerall, I think. Maybe him. That could be another one on the short list. But I think it's got to be a quick move. I don't think you can drag this out. because the national media is going to fry you, and you're going to get fried, and we're all going to have old tweets pop up from where we thought Hugh Freeze was the guy. And it's going to turn out really, really bad if you drag this thing out. And once again, remember back in the day when Brent Venables, he turned down the job and said, they don't have a backing at Auburn. Not everybody's on the same page. I don't think you can allow things like that to happen this time. Or where we thought we were going to be 5 years back, we're going to be 10 years back. So I think it's got to be short, quick, and in a hurry. I bet Petrino comes up again. I hope not, though. I'd say he's HUGH 2.0. I think Bobby P might get promoted at Arkansas. And I think they just need to give him that job back, to be honest. I think they just need to give him the job back. Can you start covering baseball early? It looks like we're about to have to, brother. It looks like we're about to have to. So, like I said, y'all go like the video. Put in the comments how you feel about HUGH. Share the thing out on social media. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. War Damn Eagle. Bye week this week. Then HUGH. It's going to be rough, y'all. It's going to be rough. So, War Damn, baby.